Understanding the fascinating world of feline companions goes far beyond simply choosing between a fluffy tabby or a sleek black cat. While male and female cats may appear remarkably similar at first glance, there are some truly captivating differences between the two sexes that extend from their physical characteristics to their unique personality traits and behavioral patterns. From size and build to territorial instincts and social dynamics, the characteristics and behaviors of male and female cats can vary in ways that might surprise even the most devoted cat enthusiasts. These differences, rooted in biology and shaped by evolution, create a rich tapestry of feline diversity that makes each whiskered companion a unique individual with their own special charm and character. When examining the physical differences between male and female cats, one of the most striking aspects is their overall size and build. This phenomenon, known as sexual dimorphism, is quite pronounced among our feline friends and serves important evolutionary purposes. Male cats, often called toms, generally tend to be larger and more robust compared to their female counterparts, known as queens. This size difference isn't just a coincidence, but rather an evolutionary adaptation that has developed over thousands of years to help males compete for mates and establish dominance within their territories. Beyond their impressive stature, male cats typically display broader heads and more substantial necks, thanks to the testosterone coursing through their systems. These masculine features become particularly pronounced in intact males, where the hormone creates those distinctive chubby cheeks and jowls that give them such a distinguished appearance. The ladies, on the other hand, exhibit more delicate and refined facial structures, with narrower heads and more graceful proportions that add an elegant touch to their overall appearance. Female cats also tend to reach their mature body weight earlier in life, typically around 13 months of age, while males continue growing until approximately 16 months. However, it's important to note that breed characteristics often play a more significant role in determining size than gender alone. A female Maine Coon, for instance, will typically be much larger than a male Siamese, demonstrating how genetics and breeding influence physical development. The facial features of cats also reveal interesting gender-based differences. Intact male cats develop those characteristic rounded heads with prominent jowls due to testosterone's influence, and these features often persist even in males who are neutered after reaching sexual maturity. Female cats maintain more triangular facial shapes with smaller, more pointed ears, and generally more refined bone structure throughout their lives. The world of feline communication is a rich and complex symphony of sounds, and the differences between male and female vocal patterns are truly fascinating to observe. Male cats often take center stage when it comes to vocal expression, particularly those who haven't been neutered. These fellows can really project their voices with booming meows and resonant purrs that seem to echo through the house, especially when they're trying to communicate their needs or establish their presence. However, female cats can be equally impressive in their vocal abilities, though their approach tends to be different. Their higher-pitched voices become particularly noticeable during heat cycles, when they can produce surprisingly loud and persistent calls that serve to attract potential mates. These vocalizations can be quite intense and may catch many cat owners off guard with their volume and frequency. What's particularly interesting is how individual personality plays such a significant role in vocal behavior. Some cats, regardless of gender, prefer quieter communication methods, while others prove to be surprisingly chatty companions who seem to have an opinion about everything happening in their environment. The social context and living situation also greatly influence how vocal cats become, with some developing elaborate communication patterns with their human families while remaining relatively quiet around strangers. Many cat owners report that their feline companions seem to develop unique vocal signatures, almost like having conversations where the cat responds to human speech with their own distinctive meows and chirps. This interactive communication style appears to be more about individual personality and the strength of the human-cat bond, rather than being strictly determined by gender. Both male and female cats are inherently territorial creatures, but their territorial instincts manifest in distinctly different ways that reflect their evolutionary roles and biological programming. Male cats, particularly those who haven't been neutered, can be quite assertive about defending their space and establishing clear boundaries. These fellows act like dedicated guardians of their kingdom, using urine marking as their primary method of communication and territorial establishment. This marking behavior involves spraying small amounts of urine on vertical surfaces, which serves as a complex chemical message system that conveys information about the cat's identity, health status, and territorial claims. While this behavior might not be particularly pleasant for human households, it represents a sophisticated form of feline communication that has evolved over millennia. Female cats typically approach territorial behavior with a more subtle strategy. While they're generally less intensive about marking their territory compared to males, they're certainly not passive when it comes to defending their space. During mating seasons, female cats can become surprisingly assertive about securing their chosen areas and making their presence known throughout the neighborhood. The territorial dynamics become particularly interesting when multiple cats share the same living space. Research has shown that cats develop complex social hierarchies, where factors like age, size, and individual personality all play important roles in determining social standing. Interestingly, studies have revealed that in multi-cat households, the eating order often follows specific patterns, with adult males typically eating first, followed by females, with age being a primary factor for males and size being more important for females. The social structure of cats is far more complex and nuanced than many people realize, with fascinating differences in how males and females navigate their relationships with both other cats and their human families. In natural settings, female cats often demonstrate remarkable cooperative behaviors, sometimes raising kittens together and working as a team to ward off unwelcome male attention or other threats. Research into feline social behavior has revealed that cats establish intricate hierarchies within their groups, and these social arrangements can shift and evolve over time. When cats live together, they develop sophisticated systems of communication that include face rubbing and scent mixing, which helps establish and maintain social bonds. Lower-ranking cats often engage in more frequent face rubbing with higher-ranking individuals, which serves as both a bonding mechanism and a way of acknowledging social status. The social dynamics become particularly interesting during the transition period when cats are between 2 and 4 years of age. During this time, they often test boundaries and challenge existing hierarchies, much like teenagers figuring out their place in the world. When a cat leaves the group or passes away, the remaining cats typically readjust their social structure to accommodate the change. Male cats who have been neutered often display increased affiliative behaviors that they may not have shown before the procedure. Some neutered males become remarkably nurturing, even taking on caregiving roles with kittens and younger cats in the household. This behavioral flexibility demonstrates the complex interplay between hormones, socialization, and individual personality in shaping feline behavior. The differences in play behavior and energy levels between male and female cats create some of the most entertaining and endearing aspects of feline companionship. Male cats often embody the role of the household entertainer, bringing boundless energy and enthusiasm to their daily activities. These fellows seem to approach life with a perpetual sense of adventure, zooming around the house, chasing invisible prey, and maintaining an almost kitten-like exuberance well into their adult years. Many male cats never seem to fully outgrow their playful phase, continuing to engage in elaborate games and acrobatic displays that can provide endless entertainment for their human families. Their playstyle often involves more physical activity and longer play sessions, with some males seeming to have an inexhaustible supply of energy for interactive games and exploration. Female cats bring their own distinctive style to playtime, often preferring more strategic and refined approaches to entertainment. While they're certainly playful and engaging, their play patterns tend to involve shorter, more intense bursts of activity, rather than the marathon play sessions that many males seem to prefer. Female cats often excel at stealthy stalking games and demonstrate remarkable precision in their hunting-style play behaviors. However, it's crucial to understand that individual personality often trumps gender when it comes to play preferences. Some female cats can be absolute whirlwinds of activity, engaging in wild antics that would put any energetic male to shame, while some males prefer a more relaxed and contemplative approach to entertainment. The key is recognizing and appreciating each cat's unique playstyle and providing appropriate outlets for their individual energy levels and preferences. When it comes to caregiving and nurturing behaviors, female cats truly shine as the ultimate examples of devoted parenthood in the feline world. Once kittens arrive, mother cats transform into protective guardians who demonstrate an almost superhuman level of dedication to their offspring. They become fierce protectors, carefully monitoring their environment for any potential threats and positioning themselves between their kittens and any perceived danger. The maternal instincts of female cats extend far beyond basic care, encompassing complex teaching behaviors that help prepare their kittens for independent life. Mother cats demonstrate hunting techniques, social behaviors, and important survival skills through patient instruction and example. Their protective instincts can be truly remarkable, with many mother cats showing extraordinary courage when defending their young. Male cats traditionally take a more hands-off approach to kitten care, often acting more like interested observers rather than active participants in the child-rearing process. However, this pattern isn't universal, and many cat owners have observed fascinating exceptions to this general rule. Some male cats, particularly those who have been neutered and have formed strong bonds with the mother cat, can develop surprisingly nurturing relationships with kittens. These nurturing males may take on grooming duties, provide protection and supervision, and even engage in play and teaching behaviors with the young cats. Some neutered males become so devoted to kitten care that they essentially function as adoptive fathers, demonstrating that parental instincts in cats can transcend traditional gender roles when the right circumstances and relationships develop. The reproductive cycles of cats create some of the most dramatic behavioral differences between males and females, with female cats experiencing regular heat cycles that significantly impact their behavior and daily routines. Female cats typically begin experiencing these cycles around 6 months of age, though this timing can vary based on factors like breed, nutrition, and environmental conditions. During heat cycles, which occur every few weeks during breeding season, female cats undergo remarkable behavioral transformations. They become significantly more vocal, often producing loud, persistent calls that can continue for hours or even days. Their activity levels increase dramatically, and they may become more demanding of attention from their human families, while simultaneously showing increased restlessness and agitation. These cycles represent a natural part of female cats' biological programming, and can continue throughout their lives, even into their senior years, unless they're spayed. The intensity and frequency of heat cycles can vary considerably between individual cats, with some experiencing relatively mild symptoms, while others undergo more dramatic behavioral changes. Male cats don't experience regular reproductive cycles like females, but they reach sexual maturity around the same age, and can display heightened mating behaviors throughout the year. Intact males often become more territorial during this time, increasing their marking behaviors and showing greater interest in roaming and seeking potential mates. Their vocalizations may become more frequent and intense, particularly when they detect female cats in heat in the surrounding area. The health profiles of male and female cats reveal interesting patterns that can help cat owners make informed decisions about preventative care and health monitoring. Research has consistently shown that female cats tend to enjoy longer lifespans than their male counterparts, with females living an average of approximately 2 years longer than males. This longevity advantage appears to be consistent across various breeds and living situations. Female cats face certain gender-specific health risks, particularly if they remain unspayed. These can include pyometra, a serious uterine infection, mammary tumors, and various reproductive system complications. However, spaying significantly reduces these risks and contributes to overall health and longevity. Male cats have their own set of health considerations, with urinary tract issues being particularly common due to their narrower urethras. This anatomical difference makes male cats more susceptible to urinary blockages, which can be life-threatening if not treated promptly. Male cats also show a slightly higher tendency toward obesity, which can contribute to various health complications throughout their lives. Both spayed and neutered cats tend to live longer, healthier lives regardless of gender, with the surgical procedures reducing risks of various cancers and other health complications. The timing of these procedures can also impact long-term health outcomes, with early spaying and neutering generally providing the greatest health benefits. The decision to spay or neuter cats creates some of the most significant behavioral and health changes that cat owners will observe, often dramatically altering many of the gender-based differences discussed throughout this exploration. For male cats, neutering typically results in remarkable behavioral improvements that make them more suitable as household companions. Neutered males show significant reductions in aggressive behaviors, territorial marking, and roaming instincts. The procedure essentially removes the primary source of testosterone from their bodies, which eliminates many of the hormone-driven behaviors that can be challenging for pet owners. These cats become more affectionate with their families, less likely to engage in fights with other cats, and much more content to remain safely indoors. The changes in spraying behavior are particularly dramatic, with most neutered males showing complete elimination of urine marking within their homes. This improvement in litter box habits creates a much more pleasant living environment for both cats and their human families. For female cats, spaying provides equally significant benefits, eliminating heat cycles and the associated behavioral changes while preventing unwanted pregnancies. Spayed females often become calmer and more consistent in their behavior patterns, without the dramatic mood swings and increased vocalization associated with reproductive cycles. Both procedures contribute to increased longevity and reduced health risks, making spayed and neutered cats generally healthier and more stable companions throughout their lives. The procedures also help reduce pet overpopulation, contributing to broader animal welfare goals. The question of which gender makes more affectionate companions has sparked countless debates among cat enthusiasts, with passionate advocates on both sides sharing compelling anecdotal evidence. Popular opinion often suggests that male cats are more openly affectionate and seeking of human attention, while females are perceived as more independent and selective in their social interactions. However, scientific research into feline personality traits has revealed that gender plays a much smaller role in determining affectionate behavior than many people assume. Studies examining factors like friendliness, sociability, and independence have found that individual personality, early socialization experiences, and the quality of the human-cat relationship are far more significant predictors of affectionate behavior than gender alone. The natural behavior patterns of cats in the wild actually suggest that females might be more inclined towards social bonding, given their tendency to live in cooperative groups and their strong maternal instincts. Female cats in feral colonies often demonstrate remarkable loyalty and affection toward their group members, suggesting that their capacity for bonding is quite strong when the right circumstances exist. Many cat owners report that their individual cats defy gender stereotypes completely, with some males being more aloof and independent, while some females are incredibly clingy and attention-seeking. The bond between a cat and their human family seems to transcend gender considerations entirely, developing based on trust, consistent care, and mutual respect rather than biological sex. Perhaps the most important lesson in understanding male and female cat differences is recognizing that individual personality often overshadows gender-based generalizations. Every cat is a unique individual with their own distinctive combination of traits, preferences, and behavioral patterns that may or may not align with typical gender expectations. Environmental factors play a crucial role in shaping cat behavior and personality development. Cats who receive extensive early socialization, consistent positive interactions with humans, and enriching living environments often develop more confident and social personalities regardless of their gender. Conversely, cats who experience trauma, inadequate socialization, or stressful living conditions may develop behavioral patterns that have nothing to do with their biological sex. The breed of a cat can also significantly influence personality traits and behavioral tendencies. Some breeds are naturally more vocal, active, or social than others, and these breed characteristics often have a greater impact on individual behavior than gender differences. Additionally, the specific living situation, including the presence of other pets, the activity level of the household, and the amount of attention and interaction provided, all contribute to shaping a cat's personality and behavior patterns. Understanding these individual differences helps cat owners develop more realistic expectations and create better relationships with their feline companions. Rather than choosing a cat based solely on gender stereotypes, potential cat owners benefit from spending time with individual cats to assess personality compatibility and behavioral traits that align with their lifestyle and preferences. The journey of understanding the differences between male and female cats reveals a fascinating tapestry of biological programming, individual personality, and environmental influences that combine to create the unique and captivating companions we know and love. While certain general patterns exist between the sexes, the most important factor in any cat's behavior and personality is their individual character and the quality of care and socialization they receive throughout their lives. Whether you're drawn to the potentially more boisterous energy of a male cat or the possibly more refined approach of a female, the key to a successful relationship lies in appreciating and nurturing the unique qualities that make each cat special. By understanding these differences while avoiding rigid stereotypes, cat owners can better appreciate the wonderful diversity that exists within the feline world and provide the most appropriate care for their individual companions. If you found this exploration of feline gender differences helpful and enlightening, please consider subscribing to stay updated with more fascinating insights into cat behavior and care. Share this video with fellow cat enthusiasts, potential cat owners, or anyone who would benefit from a deeper understanding of our remarkable feline friends. Together we can continue learning about and celebrating the incredible diversity and charm that makes each whiskered companion a treasured member of our families.